Hello, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me once again on this program. I appreciate you wherever you're connecting from. Wherever you're joining me from, if you're joining from Asia, Africa, America, and Europe, I appreciate you and I say thank you for being there all the time. I will continue to give you information as they come, more especially from the southeast of Nigeria and Nigeria as a whole and even Africa. And today, I want to give you an information on things that are happening around us in the southeast Nigeria. Today, we are going to talk about the issue of the attitude of the leaders in the southeast. We got an information that Okorocha has been arrested by the Efcc and he has been asked to refund all the loot that he took from the state. It is very shameful and very, very disturbing. When you hear the amount that these people are stealing, you'll be wondering what is really going on. This is the reason why they never support the issue of Biafra. When you talk about Biafra, you find out that the elites don't support it, the governors, the politicians, they don't support it. When you talk about Biafra issue, they never want to hear about it because Nigerian government provides a safe haven for them to steal and go free. The funny thing is that when this stealing is going on, the federal government will know about it, but they will do nothing because they want to use it to hold on such politicians to be able to subjugate his people and make him do their bidding. They will know what you are doing. They know you are stealing. You cannot tell me that somebody will be stealing so huge amount of money and the government will not be aware for 8 good years. And later on you begin to tell me you are prosecuting him. You will know that they are stealing and they can't stop it and they will never do anything about it until when they want to make use of that person or want to work against his own people. If the person refuses or if the persons want to challenge them, then they will use it against the person to fight against it. That has been the game they are playing. The North are very good in such game and that is what they are doing. And most time you find out that the people who fell victim of this very stealing, this very arrest and this are people from the South, more especially. The North also do the same. They are doing the same to their own Northern people. They are doing the same thing for the poor masses in the North. Stealing the money that is meant for the masses, stealing the money that is meant to develop the people, stealing the money that is meant for their education, and nobody questions them, nobody asks them. They are left to go free. They form a cabal, they protect themselves. If you protest against any governor, all the rest governors will come after you. You protest, you talk against any governor, you find out that every other person will challenge you. Even Abuja will come to their rescue. Not until when they go against any rule and regulation laid down by those who have put them in power or those who they are meant to serve, which are the cabals from the North. Whenever they go against their rule or they try to challenge them either in election or whatever, you see them come after them. That is the only time you know that Efcc is working. That is the only time you realize that yes, these people have really been stealing a lot. Today, let us dive into the issue of Okorocha. I'm going to read out to you what they said Okorocha stole from Imo State. You'll be marveled. You'll be marveled at the amount of money that this man have taken from Imo State. I will be reading from the online the information that he got. I will read it out, the things that he stole that he's supposed to be returned, that were supposed to be seized from him. Let's go into it as I read. Okorocha arrested, detained and asked to return back loots. Now let's go into the loots that he have taken away from his people. These are what they're supposed to recover from. The EFCC is supposed to recover from Okorocha. Number one, the 96 billion being the stolen portion of Imo IGR for 8 years. 96 billion. 96 billion being the stolen portion of Imo's IGR for 8 years. You know what 96 billion could do in a state? 40 billion siphoned through unexecuted 27 General Hospital projects. The old IBC premises at Oji, the Nekede and Oji Mechanic Village. Vast expanse of land on the Sam Mbakwe Airport. Vast expanse of land on the Sam Mbakwe Airport Road acquired by government for the purpose of attracting a naval base. He took it for himself. The other palm in Ohaji, which Okorocha leased out to investors and left it in ruin till date. The Concord Hotel, an enviable investment of state, which was acquired by Okorocha through some proxies. Westbrook Hotel, which was built by Okorocha's son-in-law, Uchemosu. Woody Wellness Center, owned by Okorocha's wife, Nkechi, built on the former Imo State Secretary Annex, a land forcefully acquired from the state by Uchemosu as commissioner for land. This is what they do when they're in power. They seize the properties of the state, seize the properties of individual, and convert it to their own. Properties that are worth billions. The rich FM owned by Uchemosu without any known legitimate means of owning such huge property. No legitimate means of owning such huge property. He owned an FM station. The multi-billion naira farmer market built by Geraldine, Okorocha's sister, on a land belonging to the states. As they are stealing, their families, their sisters are also stealing. Over 25 plots, state land acquired by Uchemosu, upon which Elfrida Foundation was built. This is the foundation through which billions of naira have been laundered out of the state. This is what they do. Extavia Mega Supermarket, opposite Civic Center, estate owned by Ugochi Ololo, Okorocha's wife. Okorocha's wife, as they are stealing, their wife is stealing, acquiring properties for themselves. Municipal Plaza, owned by Nkechi Okorocha, built on a land forcefully acquired from a civil servant by Uchemosu. As they are taking land from the government, they are taking land from individuals, stealing everywhere. Twitter bag, acquired by Geraldine Okorocha forcefully from Mr. Fans. That is what they use their power for. Spibat Estate, most of which land was forcefully taken from Mbieri people by Okorocha. House of Freedom Malls in Owerri, Abuja, Lagos, built by Uloma, Uchemosu's wife. They are stealing them, their wives and in-laws, stealing. Multi-million watt poultry farm beside ShopRite, owned by Uchemosu on a land forcefully acquired. 800 million given to Okorocha's sister, Geraldine, per annum for Christmas tree. 600 million diverted through the supposed renovation of the Imo State Secretariat. For a Christmas tree, you spend 800 million to build a Christmas tree in a state where people are suffering, where poor masses don't have food to eat, where there is no good road and light. 18 billion looted through 18 billion naira looted through the alleged construction of primary school block across the state. Recovery of all the markets in the states which Okorocha has claimed 30% ownership. This is what they do. Recovery of isopedic fund and the 30% oil derivation fund, which amount to over 20 billion naira. Recovery of cardboard industry at Owerri, Mbieri in Olu. Recovery of 2 billion diverted through the construction of the completely worthless Akachi Tower. Just imagine the way they spent the money. A probe into the recovery of over 120 billion diverted through failed road project. There is no single road project done by Okorocha that is not a failure. Recovery of hundreds of plots of land taken from the state by Okorocha and family spread across the state. That is what they do. Recovery of Imo's security votes, which Okorocha personalized for 8 years. Recovery of Iroma equipment, worth billions of naira, looted by Okorocha. recovery of IT vehicle and investment looted by Okorocha, and many more loads. This is what one person have stolen from the state. And it goes round everywhere. We are just hearing that of Okorocha because he's in trouble with the state. He's in trouble with the federal government, either for one reason or the other. He has gone away from their initial arrangement and now they're after him. This is the kind of stealing that is happening to every state in the southeast. Each of the governors is doing the same thing. If you open up the book of those governors, both those who are in power and those who have served in the past, and see the amount of money they have stolen from these states, you'll be wondering why the part of the country is wretched, regardless that the federal government doesn't have any effect on that side. And more reason why they are allowed to do that and get away with it is because the federal government is in support of them. They are dancing to the tune of the federal government. In as much as you are willing to do the bidding of the people of the cabals in the north and in Asorok, they will allow you to get away with anything, any fraudulent activity in the southeast. They will allow you to get away with it. They will allow you. Anything you are doing in the south, if you are a governor, if you have any post, you are serving the federal government in the south, once you are able to follow their footsteps, able to obey what they tell you, follow their fraudulent and wicked act against your own people, to deal with your people, they will allow you to get away with all the stealing. But any day you rise up and say you are no longer interested, you want to work for your people, or you want to contest in a position that they need, they will come after you. That is what they do. This Okorocha issue has revealed the reason why most of these politicians are not interested in Biafra. When you talk about Biafra, they don't want to hear it. It's only those who are genuine. Anybody you see speaking out for his own people, voicing out for the masses, or trying to call government attention, they are only the people who are right. Somebody like Abaribe. Someone like Abaribe. All the rest of them, the governors or whatever you call them, they all have skeletons in their cupboard. They have stolen so much money for them and their family, and they don't want anything to jeopardize that's what they are getting. Some of them, even out of power, they are still receiving salaries, huge salaries, in a country where the minimum wage they cannot be able to pay. Minimum wage of 30,000 they cannot be able to pay. People are still receiving 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. That cannot be able to feed somebody for a week. You see, the problem we have in the Southeast mainly is the governors of the South, the political elite in the Southeast, the elites as a whole. They don't care what the masses are facing. They don't care. All they care about is their own selfish interest. Once they can accumulate enough wealth for themselves and their families, they don't care what you're facing. They don't care. Case of Okorocha is an example. Okorocha, who thinks he's all and all, he has all the powers, he can do anything and get away with it, up to the extent of trying to force his own in-law when he was going out of power. But luck ran against him. Luck ran against him. He couldn't be able to put his own in-law when he was trying to go out of power. He wanted to force his own in-law to the state so that he can be able to protect all his loots. But unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to do that. The masses took him away. But the most powerful thing, that the person that the masses choose was not the person that was allowed to rule. The masses make their own choice, and federal governments, knowing that the choice of the masses is not going to dance to their own tune, they forcefully take away the person that the masses have chosen and took somebody who come fourth, somebody who got fourth position, and gave him the leadership of Imo State and called him a governor. In person of Hope Uzodinma, whatever they call him. Hope Uzodinma did not win the election. He did not come anywhere close, showing you that the state do not want him because they know that he is not capable. They know who he is. He's not qualified. He's not going to serve the purpose of the masses. So they refuse to vote for him. They choose whom will work for them. But the federal government thought otherwise and forced the person out of the office and put their own stooge, somebody who can obey their rules and do what they want. But today, Okorocha is facing the music. So it will happen to other governors. All the governors in the Southeast, not just the South, all the governors in the South, they will face the same fate. When they get down from the power, they will face the same fate. Some of them already know what is coming. Somebody like Wike said he knows that when he comes out of power, people will come after him. Of course, people will come after you because you stole money. You stole money from people and you killed a lot of people. You took a lot of lives out of your own selfish interest. You took life. And you think you go scot-free? You cannot go scot-free. Never. People must surely come after you. And you will pay dearly. Your own is going to be worse because you took a lot of life for your selfish interest. You want to be a vice president? Come and be a vice president. Let's see. Go and be a vice president. Let's see. You must surely face the music. You will pay. You will pay dearly for every life that you have taken in Obibo. You will pay. Likewise, every other person who is still there, serving this so-called cabals, who so serving the northern interests in the south, you will face the same fate. It will only take some little time, but you face the same fate. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you wherever you're watching from. If you have a contrary view from what I have just said, please go down to the comment section and write your views. Whatever you think about this very issue, put it down. If you agree with me, thank you very much. Also add your opinion. What do we go forward? What else do we do? If you have another topic you want us to discuss, put it down there. We will surely dive into it and dissect it. Thank you so much for being there. I appreciate you. Remain blessed. If you have not subscribed, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You can join me on the comment section. I appreciate you all the time. Bye bye. See you again on the next video.